Well, I don't know about you, but this was truly a powerful, powerful day for me. I had an opportunity to sit in on most of the small groups, and I would tell you that as a soldier of 37 years, having deployed on 2 major deployments, I learned something each and every day when I attend these. And I hope it was as powerful for you as it was for me. I want to share just a couple of things with you because I know that I'm the last thing standing between you and I thought maybe there'd be a sign, he's done now, we can all, but between you and the door. But I think it's important that we talk a little bit about what this really is all about, is doing the best we can and all we can for our great soldiers and the tremendous, tremendous, courageous families that support them. We are plowing new ground. We don't pretend to have all of the answers, but I will tell you that we will do everything in our power from an organizational point of view to make this as painless and as smooth a transition as we can. But I will also tell you that we cannot, as an organization, do it alone. It is going to take the help of family members. It is going to take the help of local government agencies, of county government agencies, of state and federal, and a whole lot of people in between to make this thing work, and more importantly, to sustain it for the long haul. Will we make mistakes along the way? Yes. Will we improve as we go through more and more of these in the future? Yes. And I think if we can continue to improve as we plow this new ground, and it has a positive impact on the soldiers and our families, then we'll have been successful. Is my aide in here, or my SGS? Where's my book here? I could tell our state trooper there, he makes about 14 mistakes for every hour on the road. And about 3 observations.
He'll be waiting for you, sir, after this.
I started this morning and I talked about in war, there truly are no unwounded soldiers. And more importantly, I don't believe there are any unwounded families. Certainly, soldiers that come back with apparent physical wounds and apparent mental issues that are readily apparent to about everybody. I think we have a pretty good network for those soldiers. But about 80% of them will have no visible signs. Yet we know from experience that they are going to suffer varying degrees of wounds. And the same goes for our family. I want to try to paint a picture for you, and I know that the families in here already know this. But even for some of us in uniform, as much as we love our soldiers, we don't understand the kinds of people we're really talking about returning from Iraq. I want to share with you, and I've sanitized it a little bit, and I get a lot of these emails from commanders on the ground who our soldiers are working for. And I'm going to share this. It's sanitized. Some of you will recognize it because some I've shared the entire letter with. But to protect this Marine commander's confidence, I am not going to share what unit. I'm not going to share names. But I am going to read directly from the email that he sent to Colonel Alisario on the ground, to myself, and a few other senior leaders across the AO. This is a Marine colonel who we have a number of soldiers working for in Iraq. And I'm just going to go through a little bit about what he says. He says, "Gentlemen, I'm a blunt man. I've been a Marine for 31 years. The Corps and deployments like this is the only life I know. I love the company that's working with me, and I love those men. They are the epitome of the citizen soldier that our great nation is based on." Listen to the description of our soldiers. They're big, rugged guys with big hearts, easy smiles, and great attitudes. That's the people we're talking about. I patrol with them personally. I shoot and fight with them, and I could not be prouder of them if they were my own sons. This is an integrated unit of soldiers, sailors, and Marines that has become cohesive in combat, turned the corner operationally in the crucible of operations, and knows what it must do and does it day in and day out with little fanfare. These are men in the finest sense of the word. Gentlemen, these are the sons of America, our most precious natural resource. That's a commander with 32 years in the Marine Corps on active duty describing the soldiers that come out of this organization. And I would tell you that he could describe the families that support those soldiers the same way. And if he had the families there, he'd say that about them too. Because I will tell you that the families that I get to meet with and the families that I work with day in and day out have as much courage, as much spirit, have as positive attitude as the soldiers that they support. And they're carrying a heavy load in this war against terrorism. So, why am I saying that? Why do I share that with you? Is those soldiers are the soldiers that Marine describes are coming back to us. They're going to be changed. The families that they're coming back to will have changed. And you've heard throughout the day how they may or may not change. So the challenge for us that are back here, and as we go forward, is to do everything we can collectively, as a team. We can't do it alone. We've got to have the state patrol with us. We've got to have local law enforcement with us. We've got to have the veterans organizations with us. We've got to have the American Legion and the VFW and all of the other veterans organizations. And most importantly, we've got to have the families with us to help us through this thing, to get our great soldiers, those soldiers that Marine was describing, back to that new normal. Those big, lovable, ugly, well, no, he didn't say ugly, did he? Rugged. Soldiers with positive attitudes and big hearts. Chaplain Morris says we've got to set the expectation